Hey, Seminole State family. Did you know that in 2017, some claimed that the total solar eclipse proved that the Earth is flat? Let's circle back to that and do some research. Let's go. What is Research Rally?
Learn with Librarians. Get campus info. Connect with your Seminole State family.
Every Wednesday at 4 p.m. at Seminole State Lab on YouTube.
Hello, and welcome Seminole State family. I'm Nicole from the library. It's Wednesday, it's 4 p.m. It's time for Research Rally, and you may recognize the famous...
Oh, is that me?
That's you.
Roz? Yeah, that is. Woo.
Also the also famous... Wait,
I'm Jason.
And internationally known, beyond Seminole State, we have today with us the illustrious...
Intergalactically known. Interstellar.
Yeah, yes. We have Derek Demeter, the planetarium director from Seminole State College. Welcome, Derek.
Hello, everybody. Hello, welcome.
Nice of you to visit the Research Rally planet today.
I was only in the Triangle Galaxy a few minutes ago, and I just got back. Little jet lag, spaceship lagged.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, that's what happens.
Yeah.
That's what happens. So we are going to... Where's my little... I had my little... Oh, yeah. This is what we're talking about today. Does the total solar eclipse prove that the Earth is flat? So we research live with librarians. We're going to research this topic, see what we can find out. We're going to sift information sources. And as we love to have subject matter experts, that's what Derek Demeter is here today. He is a subject matter expert. Again, intergalactically known, like information Jason said. He's a shiny, happy librarian. That Jason. Okay. So welcome, Derek.
Thanks for reading my tagline.
Hey, I know. Okay, so welcome, Derek. Now,
Thank you.
Before we get into talking about that topic, do you want to tell us something exciting that's going on for the total solar eclipse that's happening this year in 2024, not the one that was in 2017?
Solar eclipse of the heart. Right?
You're going to get us a copy.
No, that was too short. Too short.
Oh.
I'm gone.
Where did Derek go? Oh, there he is.
I got eclipsed by your singing.
Every time my singing kicks people out.
That's right. So, what is an eclipse? Well, we're going to be having a total solar eclipse on April 8th of this year. So, literally almost a month away, just a few more days shy of being a month. And the sun is going to be completely blocked by the moon. And here in Central Florida, we're going to get about 60% of the moon that's going to block the sun. So here in Central Florida, we're going to have what's called a partial eclipse. But there's a few lucky people in the United States that are along the path to totality that are going to get lucky enough to see that total solar eclipse. And I'm actually heading out there to a place called Arkansas. You might be able to have heard of that, maybe. I don't know. But I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be showcasing this event from that location. So, pretty cool. And
it's Derek the Astro Boy.
I think I'm actually wearing the exact same outfit as that.
Okay.
No spacesuit needed, huh, Derek? You just surf around out there.
This is my this is my astronaut.
Yeah. So again, on April 8th, 2024, that's a Monday from 1:30 to 3 p.m. If you're not in Arkansas or whatever that place that Derek was talking about,
You sure it's not Arkansas?
No,
Arkansas?
you'll be destroyed if you say it that way. And,
I don't want to go.
No.
I'm not.
No, I'm not going. You're going. But really quick, give us a thing. I don't know. I'm not sure if Ross and Nicole know. How did you get into like planetariums and stuff? You're clearly the subject matter expert. What kind of drew you into that? Really quickly.
Well, that was.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right. Well, ... Okay, that's it. That's all I got.
Zinger!
No, so what got me into planetariums is when I was a little kid. Not too young from when I am today as a young man like this. I got into astronomy because my dad took me to a planetarium show at the Orlando Science Center, and it was all about Mars, and it just blew my little head away because it's like there are other planets out there and the rest is history. Actually, fun fact, I came here to Seminole Community College back in the day and got my associate's degree here, and started as a student worker at the planetarium, and now I am the planetarium overlord to this day.
That's not what your tagline says. It says
no, that's my other.
But it really should be. Planetarium Overlord has such a great ring to it.
That's
Dreams
right.
really do happen here. We got our first student shout out here. Ryan, what's up, Ryan? Thanks for watching. If you're watching and you're in the IDS 1107 class and you need experience, first year experience credit, please put your name and the name of your professor in the chat. We want to make it participatory and we want to make it engaging. Back to you, Nicole.
Thanks, Jason. Okay, so sharing the screen here. We're starting with an article from a seemingly reputable source, but we'll talk more about it as we go on. Oh, wait, we can't hide. Wait, hold on. Wait.
It's okay. We had a quick. It was just a quick. Hey guys, from Ryan. It was quick. Ryan following along. There we go.
Okay.
Hello, Ryan.
Okay, so a seemingly reputable source, Forbes. This source is telling me this article is more than 6 years old. I'm already starting to trust it a little bit more. It's being very transparent. Okay, we can discuss. Okay, flat earthers claim the solar eclipse just proved the earth is flat. So they basically have two arguments according to this Forbes article. Our subject matter expert here today, I think popping off, Derek Demeter, he can help explain us through like what these arguments are and why they might not be valid, as this Forbes.com article purports or suggests or alleges. You know, we've got lots of vocabulary words here. They're right back here and I keep pulling them and I'm just, throwing them in this microphone. Okay, first argument. If the earth is rotating from west to east, the shadow during the total eclipse should pass across Earth's surface from east to west, just as the sun moves across the sky. At face value, or at first, this would seem odd to many people. There's a video, and guess what? That video of a presumably a flat earther, as it were, someone that believes the earth is flat and not a round globe, is unavailable. That's a little sus to me. Jason, do we have a Sussberger video?
We do. Hold on, Nicole. Nicole,
Waiting.
stand by.
I'm standing by.
Didn't know we need the Sussburger on deck. Stand by. Here it comes. Achoo!
Okay, and then the second argument. Thank you, Jason. The
You're
second
welcome.
argument is that the shadow the moon casts on the Earth has to be bigger than the moon itself. They test the hypothesis by making a mock-up of like this is supposed to be the sun, but what it says here in this Forbes article is basically you're not using a big enough light source. The sun is exponentially larger than the moon. So this experiment and this second argument, one of two arguments, doesn't really pan out to prove what it wants to prove. So Derek, can you walk us through that whole like the east to west thing? Is that like...
Yeah, so believe it or not, since the totality of the eclipse only lasts a few minutes, the Earth's rotation really doesn't have much to do with it. It actually has to do with the fact that the moon, yes, folks, the moon is moving too. It's not the Earth, it's the moon. The moon is orbiting around the Earth, and we are actually seeing in real time the moon traveling in its orbit. Yes, folks, so it has nothing really to do with really the Earth's rotation. So it actually has to do with the orbital mechanics of the moon. And if most of the time you actually will see the shift of the moon over the course through a telescope, you actually, if you had a couple of stars, there are actually a couple of stars in the sky that sometimes get blocked by the moon. We call these occultations. And in order to have the moon really show that it's actually slowly drifting in the sky, because as it orbits around the Earth, you have to have something in the background to do that. Well, guess what? The sun happens to be in the way during a solar eclipse, so you actually see that slow orbit of the moon. So that actually can be explained by simply the fact that the moon is orbiting around the Earth, and we are actually seeing that slow movement of the moon as it orbits around the Earth in the sky.
Yeah,
But
what about you?
the face is the
Stand-
best part. His face in space, his space face. So can we go back a little bit, Derek? That was a great explanation of what's going on. Who is this author? Forbes is itself. That is its own sort of container. And then let's just see who this. Can we maybe zoom in and take a peek?
Trevor Nace, but it doesn't. He's a senior contributor. That doesn't tell me a whole bunch. Okay, let's go to the bottom. We tell people, hey, go to the bottom of a web page or a source to see if you can find more about the author. And Trevor Nace.
Okay, and so so we're evaluating this source.
Geologist.
Okay, can you zoom in a little bit? Make it a little bit bigger for the old man eyes.
Maybe you should put on your eclipse glasses.
You know what,
actually,
Nicole?
No, you would.
You're not supposed to look. No, you're not supposed to look at the computer screen, otherwise you'll go blind. Isn't that how?
And very slowly. If you look at the sun, you will go blind almost immediately, I guess. Or
burn your eyes. Okay.
The past 30 years, 20, 30 years, yes, yeah, we're going blind very slowly. Okay.
Okay, so a little bit larger. I see PhD. So Derek,
he like generally.
A PhD from Duke in what? Study geology and but what is he asserting? Is he saying it's flat or is he what is this article? So we're really students, we're trying to like really assess this for credibility, and if we wanted to use an outside source, meaning this is not from the library databases, would we put this in our assignment based on different criteria, i.e. this is Forbes magazine, who is this author, what's their expertise, and does that go against what Derek was saying? What is this guy trying to say?
He illustrates how these two arguments are null and void. Like they don't pan out. They don't prove that the total eclipse, or they don't show that the total eclipse proves that the Earth is flat, because this is like a bad replication of the phenomenon of a eclipse. And then at the end, he throws in, you can tell he has not irony, but at the end he says
satire. He's already
sarcastic.
Sarcasm. Yes.
He's like, okay, because if you go to the end of any source, we coach this a lot. You can kind of get the conclusion of like what really was said, more or less, in the article or in the news, whatever the article, the page. Okay, so he's like, here you can see an accurate demonstration of how the sun casts the moon's shadow on Earth. Unfortunately for flat earthers, this isn't their big breakthrough in discrediting NASA, the media, and the rest of the world that the Earth is flat. Because one of the things about the flat earther arguments is they're like saying that what NASA puts out is like a conspiracy, or it's like fake to trick everybody that the Earth is round. So, but that's not like a fact. That's like a allegation. So if we look at the science, like Derek just explained, the moon is rotating around the Earth. Okay, that's a fact that we can prove in multiple different ways. Okay, with multiple different methods. Okay. And he's like, however, the group has never been keen on facts or evidence and maintains a significant distrust of the rest of the world. Maybe the next solar eclipse on
April 8th.
There it is.
Will be their coup de grace on this whole round Earth nonsense. So he's like, maybe they'll be able to prove it wrong this next time. So I guess we'll see, because April 8th hasn't happened yet. What's happening April 8th?
Total eclipse! It's a total eclipse!
All right, a little to the left.
This is your sponsored by... Who's that guy?
How are you doing that, Derek? How are you? There it is.
I'm using the force of the universe.
There it is.
Okay.
That's the real reason. The real reason hasn't anything to do with the moon orbit. It's because I hate the cosmic force and I'm moving them. No, okay, I'm not doing that.
So from a library standpoint and a research standpoint, I mean, we were looking at that article. The guy has a PhD from Duke in geology, and so it's from Forbes magazine. I guess at this point, I mean, I again, you've summarized it, Nicole, and Derek went at it. I haven't read that. I think I would need to read it like in full to say that it's credible, but so far it's looking pretty good. Ross, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, he cites NASA data. I mean, if you want to get all conspiracy on it, the NASA site isn't working anymore either, but it was 6 years ago.
Ross, share?
I do.
You want me to pop it up yet? I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead of you. Thanks. I graduated from interrupting you. Where am I at?
Where are you, Nicole? There you are. Hey,
Ross, over to you.
So when I went to their site that they linked, it doesn't work anymore. But it is a site from 6 years ago, and the web URL is even Eclipse 2017. So I'm not surprised that they're not maintaining it anymore. So that led me to go, could I verify that information? So I ran just a quick Google search.
I was gonna say, quick
Derek.
Google search. You could say NASA eclipse. You can go type in this. You can literally just type in Total Solar Eclipse 2024. There's tons of reputable sites, but if you wanted to focus on NASA, NASA has an updated page about the upcoming eclipse. So
I figured
Okay.
that was
so
And Derek, I know that you have to blast off back into some other worldly galaxy pretty soon here.
Good one,
Is
Nicole.
what I hear, but what can you list off some before we look at and sift through some other sources, what's your recommended list?
spaceweather.com. Spaceweather.com is actually one of the more reputable solar hemispheric websites that actually post a lot about recent space weather regarding the sun, solar flares, things like that. But they also have a really great resource on the upcoming eclipse. Timeanddate.com. They are a site where you can put in your GPS coordinates, and it'll tell you exactly what will happen when during the solar eclipse. Fantastic website. Also, NASA.gov, obviously a good one. Any of the big ones like NASA.gov or the European Space Agency, any reputable space organization that works. Sky and Telescope magazine is a great magazine to subscribe to. They do great articles on all kinds of stuff related to astronomy. Both professional and amateur astronomers contribute to that. So there's a lot of different resources that you can use to get proper, but also the most importantly, go visit your local planetarium. Hey, go visit your local planetarium. And as a student at Seminole State, you get in for free. And we are actually going to be doing some special events coming up here. So just visit our website at seminolestate.edu/planet for our show calendar, and you can come on out and learn all you want about the upcoming eclipse there.
And Derek, on a selfish note for our group here, I don't think Nicole and Ross have seen the new and improved planetarium. I sat through one of your excellent presentations, but what I'm getting at is when you have an opening, can we come over? Because I know that Ross and Nicole would love to see it, but we just don't know when the openings are.
Yes. So if you visit that website, I'm actually in the process of finalizing a few dates for especially during the week to have students come out, and we actually can simulate the solar eclipse in the planetarium dome
with footage, right?
Footage.
Yes, I mean I have a camera shooting out of my chest.
I love the space camera. Is that a DSLR? Is that a space?
Oh, it is.
What kind of a space camera is that?
Well, so fun fact: the astronauts on the moon actually use a Hasselblad, just a DSLR camera attached to their chest, just like that. So literally.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they're just using the same stuff we're using, really. So
look at a big shout out to Nicole for all this pre-production here. This is great, all this stuff.
If you want to see more of it, hey, we've got the eclipse live stream coming up, so we do these fun little things. And again, if you want to be aeronautically transported to the lunar surface, you might be able to do it on a paper airplane, like a guy named Frank. So. Okay, awesome. We got another shout out, another FYE student. If you do need FYE credit at the end of this broadcast, which is in approximately 12 minutes, we will post a link. So hang tight for that. Derek, is the other galaxy calling?
The other galaxy calling. In fact, they actually want me to do another program about the eclipse. I have become the eclipse man for all over the universe. So I got to do my duty. I got to tell people all about this eclipse. So
that's what Derek the Astro Boy
does.
It's Derek the Astro Boy.
That's right. And with that, my friends, I bid you farewell. And thank you for having me today on your research rally. And
thanks, Derek.
Oh, yeah, have fun.
And remember, the Earth is round, everybody.
There we go. Thank you for that last final.
The next 10 minutes. Okay.
Thank you, because we didn't know before. Yeah, we didn't.
We're gonna find out.
Thank you for confirming. All right, Derek. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
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 You know what? Since
What?
we lost Derek, I'm wondering if anyone will pop into the loft. We'll just
Ooh, yeah, just a quick shout out. We are on the second floor of the Sanford Lake Mary Campus Library, and Cole's former space there has now become the loft. If you'll notice in the upper left-hand corner above the L, there is a tiny but readable, legible the. And Nicole has done a great job of making it the loft, not just loft. We don't want just loft, but shout out again to Nicole for making it the loft.
Doesn't need a the. I don't know. That's like maybe that's.
I see it. It's great. It looks. But anyway, students, faculty, staff, the general public, whoever's watching, you can come in.
Yes.
You can come in, and then you'll be right there in the studio. So you can use that computer for your research, or if you want to pop in the research rally in the loft. Okay, special guest waiting. We're waiting for you.
Yeah, we're waiting, and in the meantime, Ross has been so awesome just sitting there letting us talk our What did you find on the internets?
Make it larger for my eyes!
Yeah, so I kind of searched what that claim was in the Forbes article, and the very first result was the Forbes article.
The Forbes article.
That's so good, right? Like we verified that it exists.
Okay.
But then I was scrolling through here, and I kept seeing sources that, to be honest with you, I don't know much about.
Same.
I don't know what this Answers in Genesis is. I can see
it's .org, but it.
Yeah, but what is that? Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm assuming that's a biblically affiliated organization. Okay, so they're translating like what's in the Christian Bible, and translating that as far as like, what does that say about a flat Earth? Same with the Creation Museum. I can't speak to that. So yeah.
Wait, how about the Columbia one, Ross?
Yeah, I saw this down here. I didn't actually know what it was at first, but like Jason just said, it caught my eye that, it's actually from Columbia.edu. Like, they're in the business of putting out good information. So we can take a look at that source there and see
So we're sifting and we're investigating and trying to find this same piece of information that Forbes said that, hey, the total eclipse does not prove the Earth is flat. We're trying to find that same information in other sources.
Right, and Nicole, just to piggyback, we're evaluating these sources. We're checking for credibility. This is Columbia. It ends in a .edu, so this is a Columbia Climate School. And then my problem immediately, what do you think the problem is, students? By who? Who is this written by?
Guest.
You mean Christopher Guest?
Yeah, that's
you mean the famous guy from,
Special Guest?
Yeah. Yeah, Spinal Tap guy. Is that who it is? It just says guest. Now let's click on guest. I want to know guest's bio. That didn't look like the guest I thought. Wait.
There's a lot of guests.
Yeah, so either it's a guest author, but that immediately kind of thumbs downs if that's a verb. I don't. Oh, there's Doug Martin.
Oh.
Doug Main.
Yeah, okay, so there is somebody named here.
Why isn't he up top?
2018. Weird. But 2018, I mean, you still got to be like, okay, but for this information, I don't know. Okay.
What about on the bottom?
I mean, that was my thing is gravity, because, like gravity, if just based on gravity, like I don't see how the Earth could be flat. Is my, personal take.
Well, if you take a step back, whatever the argument is, whatever side of the fence you're on, just think about how it was before there was any computers and internet and barely any books. I mean, nobody really had, before the Gutenberg press, printing press, there weren't any books. Information was a huge, like, you had to be a king and queen. You had to be royalty to get information. So if somebody was like, yo, the Earth is actually a globe, it's circular, you'd be like, what are you talking about? First of all, what are you talking about? What's a circle? I don't even know what that means. And then second of all, where did you get that information from? I'm sure they were sussing that out, Nicole and Ross, way back then. Mm-hmm. I'm sure they were like, where'd you get your sources from, dude? Because you're crazy. But I dabbed on them.
I was interrupting you. So anyway, did you get your point across? Or you need a couple more seconds.
It's like, why would you even know? How would you even know that, dude? Where'd you get your information from? How did you? But think about how weird that would be if you're just like, hey, Ross, hey, Nicole, how's it going? We have nothing to do. We're back in the ages, like what, the 1200s, 1300s. What do you want to do today? I don't know. Let's just sit.
Okay.
Because we have nothing to do. Hold on, Nicole, I'm not done. Let's just sit. We have nothing to do. And then you're like, hey, Nicole, the Earth is flat. No, it's circular.
If you're watching, and can you verify for us if you are a youngie, can you verify that the dab is cool or not? Verify if the dab is cool or not.
In the chat, is the dab cool? Is the dab still cool? Was it ever cool?
I don't know.
I dabbed on them.
Comments should tell us. I'm not an expert in that. Okay, so the flat.
Oh, Ryan's got a question.
Oh.
Oh, right. If there's only a space station, there you go. Right.
Ryan, I will say, I can't cite a source off the top of my head, but I have read that they doubt and distrust that the space station is even real. And if you go on YouTube and search like space station is fake, there's footage like supposedly where they're glitching, and it's supposedly like, oh, this is like done in a sound studio or something like that. Is somebody, maybe we have a special guest. So Ross, does any part of this article also state that like the earth, again, is the earth flat or not? Oh,
well,
hi, welcome.
What it's doing is breaking down like lots of different arguments here to explain like why that those arguments don't hold a lot of water. And what I like about it is they are citing sources. Throughout this, they're referencing other sources, other information. So I think like I'm starting to feel more and more confident about this source. It's from Columbia. They did name an author. I don't know what his credentials are, but I like that they have sources to back up every single point that they're making. So
does it say that, do they think the earth is flat or round? Are they purporting, or are they alleging, are they stating?
Right. It says it kind of right
there. It says it's a misconception that educated people ever believed that the earth was flat.
Right. The next line's really good too. Let's read the next line too. Quote, with extraordinary few exceptions, and those exceptions are listed at the top of the article, an NBA player and a rapper, no educated person, repeat, no educated person in the history of Western civilization from the 3rd century BC, which is really far back, that's really far back, onward, believed that the earth was flat. So that's a historian, and that was noted 20-something years ago.
Can you go back to that gravity part? Because maybe, or if there was some other part of the article.
Where was gravity?
Ross.
Oh, yeah, here.
Okay, people who believe in a flat earth assume that gravity would pull straight down, but there's no evidence to suggest it would work that way. What we know about gravity would pull toward the center of the disk. It would only pull straight down at one point. Gravity would tug more and more horizontally. This would have some strange impacts. Because like if you think of like a sphere, and I have one here. Okay, like the force of gravity is equal on all points, but if you have a flat disk, gravity can't, it's gonna, like that's saying, it pulls differently on different points. So we would like bend, and like things couldn't keep their shape, even down to a molecule, like an atom is round, right? So the pieces of matter are a ball because again, gravity is a working force on the big things down to the smallest part of the big things, meaning the atoms, the nucleus. Okay, so again, like you can't have gravity; it would destroy a disk. It doesn't pan out. So
but even Nicole, if we take
explanation of this,
no, that's right. You're great, and you're really like showing it. But if you, you're great. Where's the interrupting? If you go back to the 3rd century, what are these concepts? Boat, ocean. Do they even know where the boats go? Who's on a boat in the 3rd century? I mean, you're like, hey, Ross, Nicole, what do you want to do today? It's the 3rd century. Let's sit here. It's another great day. Let's sit here. We have nothing to do. We're plebeians. We're poor. We're not the royalty. And so you're talking about concepts of gravity and boats and ships and flat Earth and the ocean and planets. You know what do they think is up there? Again, follow my train of thought. It's the 3rd century. What do you want to do today, Ross and Nicole? You know the answer.
Just figure out how to
sit here and do nothing. Do nothing.
We're talking about, you're referencing a time when you could get a cold and there wasn't even enough scientific technology to keep a lot of people from dying from a cold.
Well, sure, you wouldn't even know what that is. You would just say, "Hey, Nicole, it's over for Nicole. Nicole's had a weird possessed by the devil."
Yeah,
right. Something
that might be the conclusion.
So that's why somebody would go, "Oh, you mean this is a circle?" Maybe somebody told them early on it's flat, but at the same time, there's no evidence to back any of this stuff up back then because there's nothing going on there. There's nothing to do. Sifted.
They didn't know SIFT. They didn't have the SIFT method.
Ross, give us the breakdown. What's the acronym mean? What does SIFT mean? Give us the breakdown really quick.
Well, SIFT is stop. That's where you just stop and consider what you need. You're going to then investigate your source. That's where you're going to verify that it's credible, that it's useful, that answers your question, that kind of stuff. The F is all about finding better coverage if you find a source that you don't quite trust or if it doesn't jive with your other sources, and then tracing back your original claims. That's what we're doing here. Like, we're looking at what evidence that they have. I mean, I can go back to where they said, NASA said this. We could go to NASA's site and find that evidence now. And that's what we're looking for in any source.
Okay. Wonderful.
And the other thing, Ross, is you got some more chairs behind you? What, are you having a party back there?
Oh, those were in the hallway, and then I was trying to figure out.
Is that where they went?
Yeah.
Brian said the Egyptians used obelisks, and shadows at different points on Earth to show the Earth was round. Hey, so some people, but they couldn't put it on the internet. They couldn't put it on TikTok to share it with everybody.
Ryan, you're not wrong, but let me say one thing with regard to all the kind of, let's just call them less intelligent people I was referring to before. You're talking about the Egyptians. That is not who I was talking about. The Egyptians were probably the smartest of all time. So they knew what they were doing. Have you ever seen the Herd of the Pyramids? Do you know that those are energy conductors? We're getting off tangent here, but at the same time, I was talking about the normal, quote unquote, normal person living somewhere, not the Egyptians. They were well advanced.
That thing's all crazy. I don't know what that's showing. Okay, well, I think we did a great job researching today. Remember, pat on the back to us.
I think we did a great job today, everybody. Let's give us a round of applause. Yay!
Listen, if you are a student and you need help with research by some fun, loving people like us, we're librarians. We can help you research, citations, all that kind of stuff. And hey, we're at your library. You can talk to us online. You can chat with us. You can meet us in person. We're here to help you. School is supposed to be challenging, but it's not supposed to be impossible. And we are here to help you along the way. Right?
Cool. We put the link in the chat. Go ahead and click the link. Just click it once and you will get your credit for attending for today if you need first year experience credit. Thank you very much for watching. We're going to have an outro video and then we're going to go do Nightbrary, and it's Seminole State at night. So many potential students and their families are going to come over to the library, get some pizza, get some free stuff, and hang out and do some karaoke and play some games and have a good time, and hopefully sign up for classes just like you. Oh, let me play my Dream Gala video. Oh, I got to play this.
You beat me.
I didn't know it was a competition. I did not know. Shiny, happy librarian.
It's always a competition, Jason.